Chat. Woo! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wembanyama. Are you joking? Wembanyama. That's all I gotta say. Wembanyama. Wembanyama. Literally. Greatest player I've ever seen in my life. Clan, you counted us out. When did I count us out? What? When did I count us out? I literally said we had a chance. I tweeted we had a chance before the game started. I never counted us out. 3 words. 48 minutes. Never a doubt. Wembanyama. That's all I can say. That's all you need to say. Don't try to break down this game. Don't try to think, well, maybe it was this that made us win. Wembanyama is why we won. Now our guys showed the same amount of effort as they always do. It was Wemby. It was Wemby. He covers up any flaws you have. Like, it's ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous, bro. Hold on, I'm trying to find the tweet because I'm not gonna be called out for that because that is not reality. I said we could win. Here it is right here. Hold on. What are you talking about? My tweet right here. We have a legit shot against OKC. I think we match up well with them. And now that Wemby is back, it's anyone's game. Why not count us out? Why not count us out? And not once during the game did I say, oh, we're trash. I never was talking about trading Castle. I never said that. You guys take so many things out of context. It's ridiculous. I need to ignore some of you. You take so much stuff out of context, bro. Like, we were literally talking about trading Castle for Giannis. That's what we're talking about. Don't just throw that out there. Just going to throw that out there. So now other people in the chat that never joined the chat, now they're joining. They're like, Clan said these things? I didn't say that. I never said that. Like, keep it in context, dude. Don't just sit here and just be like, Clan's always talking about trading Castle. No, I don't. I don't do that. I never did that. Get out of here with that. Like, literally taking something when we were talking about Giannis. When it was like, if we had to trade somebody, if it was between Harper and Castle, I'd say Castle. For Giannis. Get out of here. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Clan wanted to play Sohan. Yeah, steal. Okay. All right. So, what's your point? Wemby covers up so many flaws. So many flaws. So many. As soon as he's in the game, it changes everything, bro. Offense and defense changes everything. Everything opens up. It becomes an incredible game when he's in there. When he's off, all of the flaws, all of the weird coaching stuff that we've been doing, it shows. Like this game early on, like they were just scoring whenever they wanted. I think they ended up getting like a 15-point lead. I never seen someone come into the game for like 20 seconds and close the gap. I've never seen that like that. Not like that, bro. Not like that, bro. Yeah, we'll talk about Sohan stuff later. That'll be a separate segment because that's a whole different thing. Because there's a podcast I wanted to look at And then also Mitch Johnson did talk about the Sohan minutes, and it actually made me feel much better. But yeah, so we'll talk about that later. Screw Sohan right now. We're talking about Wemby. Wemby! Are you joking? You guys want to sit here and say, oh, time to tease Clan about Sohan. Screw Sohan! Did you see Wemby? Oh my God, dog. Oh my God. Also, I'll come back only for this game, what I said about Vassell starting at small forward, because technically when it comes to like the OKC Thunder, they have a bunch of defensive guards, right? They don't have, you know, big wings. It's only when we go against opposing like big wings is when he struggles. So he was, even at the 3 spot, he was just seeing guards all game. So it wasn't that bad. Now, when he saw SGA, that wasn't the best, but it was all right. Man, I can't believe you. Chat, you guys are ridiculous. Saying I counted this out. I never counted this out. All I have to say, hold on, close up for this one. All I have to say is, Wemby. So good. So good. Greatest player I've ever seen in my life. Gonna be the greatest of all time. GOAT, bro. Watch out, MJ. Watch out, LeBron. It's Wemby. Jeez, man. He is so good. He changes everything. Any flaw that you have, you just put in Wemby. It changed everything. Like that. And we're a decent team without him. That was ridiculous. I'm so proud of this team, man. I told y'all we match up with them. Great win, Spurs. For sure, for sure. Oh my God. Hold on. I don't even have the stats up, bro. Oh my God. Okay. Real quick. Before we get into anything, shout out to Sleeper sponsoring this segment. If you guys like daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Link in the description. Just use the promo code CLAN. You get a 100% match up to $100. If you don't like daily fantasy sports, they have a section here that's up. Oh, look at those Wemby stats. I didn't realize I landed on the Wemby stats. Look at these. 21 minutes. 22 points in 21 minutes, y'all. He had a plus 21. 6 for 11. This is a steal and 2 blocks. He barely played. I'm sorry. But yeah, they have a social media section as well, so you can see updates, injury reports, stats, highlights, play-by-plays, all that good stuff. Okay, let me bring up these stats because I don't even know what the stats are. I don't know. I didn't care. Let's see. ESPN, Spurs, ESPN. What a huge win. What a gigantic win. And it was Wemby. It was Wemby. I mean, I don't care about anything else. It was Wemby. Dude, Wemby came in the second quarter, y'all. They scored 18 points. Wemby came in the second quarter. They scored 18 points total. All right. Let's see. I did not know the stats. I know Harrison Barnes was awful. Strangely enough, he had a plus 15. That's crazy. He had 2 steals in there. I didn't realize he had 2 steals either. What is this? We're busy. Leave us alone. Amazon, leave us alone. We're busy. All right. Harrison Barnes, 2 for 10. Awful offensively, but it didn't matter because everyone else did their part. 8 for 15 from De'Aaron Fox. I should just like straight up just say what I enjoyed about this game. So I enjoyed Wemby. I'm actually shocked that Dylan Harper went 3 for 13. It didn't feel like it. Maybe it was just so many good looks and he just missed them, where it didn't feel like he had that bad of a percentage. Because in actuality, you know, we could have actually beat the Thunder by quite a bit more. There was one thing that stood out in particular. Should I just say the negatives or should I just say the positive? I don't know what to do. Because this game was just, there's nothing to really like break down, man. It was just, Wemby came in. The Spurs were struggling because of coaching things we've been doing. In my opinion, anyways. He comes in and then he saved the day. All right, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go ahead and say my gripes. And then we could just gush about the Spurs for the rest of it. Is that fair, guys? I think we're all okay with that, right? let me give me a structure this a little bit. I'll give you my gripes. I'll get that out of the way because I really don't want to stay on it too long because this game was so much fun. But here are my gripes. Number one, playing through Steph Castle. It is not a good idea. Go Spurs, go. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the super chat, Punch. Yeah, playing through Steph Castle is not a good idea. He's not a point guard, and his best showings this game was when we weren't running through him. It was like really great cuts. It was fast break points. It was him being off ball and shooting threes, catch and shoot threes. Like that's when Steph Castle's at his best. When you sit back and you're like, okay, Steph Castle, take over, it's not the best. Like sometimes you can do it, especially when he's going against bench units, but Thunder has a lot of depth. It just doesn't work. And I think you can get some regular season wins in there, but against the OKC Thunder, he struggled, like noticeably so, until they went back on it and was like, no, we're not doing that anymore. Oh, that's cute. Thank you for the super chat. That's a big super chat. I really do appreciate it. That's very cute. The Sohan thing, MVP. Yeah. Very cute. And thank you, Moy Castle 360 lay. That was nasty. That was pretty cool. But even that play in particular, that was in transition, right? So like, that's when Steph Castle's at his best. When he has to size up and you're like, all right, Castle, save us. That's when he screws up. And those 6 turnovers, I think all of them resulted in points. And then it was even 1-3 that was pretty bad that resulted in points. So the Spurs could have eaten. This is not me blaming Castle. This isn't me saying like Castle's bad. Like Castle is phenomenal. And I always said that he's a winner. I always said that he is clutch. I always said that he's great. I love his effort. That block that he had on Chet that actually wasn't counted because they called a foul. That was great. Like that was so much effort. He put his body on the line every single play. Like I love Castle, but you can't run through him. And I get kind of tired of seeing us do that so often. So I think the Spurs struggled quite a bit early on because of that. And then they kind of went back to that again later on in the game. And it's just, I don't think, it seems like sometimes Mitch like overvalue or severely undervalue players on the team sometimes. I don't know. So hopefully they stop doing that so much. But overall, he did have a good game. It's just when they took it out of his hands a little bit more and allowed him to play that combo guard role that he was so great at even in college. He's always been that type of player. He was really great. But yeah, so that's my only gripe. It's not a Castle thing. It's just something I've been irritated with the coaching staff. Just put us in an advantageous position with some of these players, man. That's all I'm saying. Anything else? Any other gripes I really had? We got a little lucky with and it's crazy me saying lucky because SGA literally had 29 points, but we got quite lucky with them not calling as many fouls as they normally do. Now we did a really good job of trying not to foul, but I was actually shocked. Now, what's the most impressive thing about this game? And this just shows how great Wemby is. That's what I'm telling you guys. This is probably a blowout if you don't have Wemby. But what makes Wemby so special is that the Spurs percentages weren't even that good. They shot 41% as a team and 31% from 3. Like, they were pretty subpar, right, as far as shooting. I know that they were worse. You know, we did a good job on them, but yeah, we were pretty subpar and we still managed to win this thing. Great stuff. Okay, all right, okay. That's all my negatives. I don't really want to talk about any more negatives. I got a few more, but I don't really care right now. Dude, Wemby is the most irritating person on planet Earth, bro. He is the most irritating person on planet Earth. I always thought about Steph Curry, and I was like, what if Steph Curry had like Reggie Miller mentality? Like he just talks trash all game, and it's nothing you can do about it. He's a far superior shooter than Reggie was, and it's like, God, that would be so crazy if he did that. And then I always did that with other players too, like other all-time greats. Victor Wembanyama, bro, he is so unfair. Because how freakishly tall he is, how freakishly athletic he is, how great he is in all facets of his game, just about. The fact that he bullies you and he talks trash and screams in your face and you miss a free throw and he's yelling at you, he is so irritating, bro. It's like Kevin Garnett in that type of body is crazy. He will get in your head. Now, one thing that I think, because this is just going to be a Wemby Glaze session, one thing I love about this game is the OKC Thunder tried to do what they did last season, and it wouldn't work. And we talked about this last time. I think we talked about it last live stream. We were talking about how because of Wemby's strength that he gained over the offseason, guards can no longer just push him around. And you saw that in this game. He was a little rusty at times, but he was pushing everybody, like, because he's just gotten so much stronger. So it didn't work. He's a cheat code. He is OKC's. I hate to say it this way because it insinuates that OKC is just so much better than us. I think they're a better team than us, but overall, but he's like their kryptonite. How are they going to guard him? And now that we have so much depth, the others stepped up. Devin Vassell was the player that we've been hoping for him to be. Now, him being put at the small forward position does not matter this game because, like I said, Thunder has mostly just a bunch of guards, right? A bunch of just strong guards. SGA on him wasn't the prettiest, but it is what it is. But overall, man, I loved what the others were doing. They supplied enough offense for us to win this game. Steph Castle, when he's more off ball and when it's more transition points and fast break point, he is a monster, bro. You do not want to see him coming downhill. Caruso too small. Yeah, bro, he was talking trash to Caruso. It was nasty. Devin hit big shots. Devin was huge this game. I loved him this game. De'Aaron Fox did his thing. I don't even know what to. I don't even know what. I had so much fun watching this game. Not initially, but it was a quick reminder of how good Wemby is. Because we were seeing it this season, obviously. But man, did we forget. It felt like it's been forever since we got to see a performance like that. Wemby comes in and he just does whatever he wants. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, don't get me wrong. They got some swats on him, right? He had 5 turnovers. I'm not going to sit here and act like Wemby didn't have. But the fact that he had 5 turnovers, y'all. 2 fouls, 5 turnovers in 21 minutes. And he had a plus 21. Man. Wemby loves them big games. He really does. It was like from this is not something that you get from a lot of superstars, man. Like, a lot of superstars don't care the same way Wemby cares. Like, hold on, I'll show you an example. I'm gonna show you an example. Like, they just don't care the same way Wemby cares. It's just a different vibe with Wemby. Hold on. Let me go, because I think I posted on Instagram, or it's on Instagram. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Give me a second, y'all. Here we go. So, check this out. So,
$530,000 being on the rookie contract. What do you think? Is this a motivating factor for you?
Poor Vic needs more money, right? No, it's no. I haven't thought about what I'm gonna do with it, but probably not. I'll probably. I mean, just stacking money hasn't really been any goal of mine in my life, so it's not gonna be it. But I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet.
He never cared. Like, obviously, Wemby has always had money. I think his family has always had some money. So, like, for certain, I'm not going to just be like, he's just so much better than everyone else. Because certain stars or certain superstars in the NBA come from absolutely nothing. So it does make sense for them to be more, like, that will be more of their goal. Like, I understand that. But Wembanyama, I'm just talking about him in particular. What drives him is just the love of the game, bro. He's like Kobe. He's like Jordan. He's like these guys. That's what he cares about. I feel like in a lot of ways, Wemby doesn't care as much about image as he does about just getting W's. And you could see it when he came into the game. He he doesn't just rely on, okay, I'm a good defender or I'm a tall player and I can do this, that, and the third, and I can get my paycheck and go home. Like, he's so locked in where he wants to just annihilate you, and he wants it all. He's like Kendrick Lamar. He just wants it all, man. Absolute psycho, just so unbelievably mature and well-adjusted at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, but absolute psycho is it, bro. LeBron, okay. Yeah, come on. I mean, I don't want to make I love LeBron. I think LeBron is, one of the greatest players of all time, obviously. You want to put him at 2, that's okay. I won't fight with you. But LeBron doesn't have that same type of mentality. In the finals, he put on cast and say, "Oh, this is why I'm losing." Like, I mean, I remember in 2014 when we were up 2-1 on them, I think, and he did a press conference and he was like, it's just basketball. Like, you guys, he was basically saying that you take it too serious. It's just basketball. Like, it's not that serious. It's just basketball. Like, we will never hear that from Wemby. This is a different breed. It's a different breed. It's just certain guys like this that you don't get too often. So no hate towards LeBron, but this is a different dog. Come on now, LeBron in the finals, he's a dog. Which finals? We were won by 100 if Sohan played. Someone's gonna be all right. That's a different segment. I'll feel better about talking about it in a different segment. Thanks for subbing, man. Yeah, if you guys are joining, please sub. There's a lot of people in here. All I want to say, there's not much breakdown of this game other than this was just a great showing from everybody. Everyone showed an immense amount of effort. Everyone played hard. And Wembanyama, in his very limited time, he played 15 seconds and he changed the entire game. I don't think I've ever seen anything like I saw in that second quarter, man. I mean, when Wemby checked in, it was just a whole nother game. He entered the game 20-31. Let's see how long it took before the Spurs closed the gap. Actually, pretty quickly. It took a minute. It took a minute. Spurs were down by double digits, and they got within 6 within a minute. Within a minute. All Vic. Vic's defense and just Vic. Insane, bro. Gross. So nasty. Disgusting. Disgusting. Plus 20 as well. Disgusting. That's all I have to say about this. What a game. What a great game. The Spurs going to be playing the Knicks, right? So that'd be fun. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. What a great one. Woo! What a great game. All right. You guys bring it up Sohan, but I actually feel better now. Hold on. Because I think I got it saved here. And then it was another thing. Someone told me to watch. So when's the next game, guys? Tuesday? Are we going to have 3 games in a row? Okay, we got Mitch Johnson press. So I guess we'll watch Mitch Johnson in a second, but yeah, is it Tuesday? I sent you a vid on this that you would like to see. It's is it the wait, this NBA on NBC, is this gonna be copyright claimed?
Rockets can build around.
Will this be copyright claimed? NBA on NBC. I don't know. That might be copyright claimed. When? I don't know. I didn't realize it was on NBC. Tuesday. Okay. So we literally have 3 games in a row. Is that what you guys are telling me right now? No. Or do we play Thursday and Friday? Let's see. Oh, okay. It's Thursday and Friday. We don't have 3 games in a row. I thought it was Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday and Friday. Okay. That ain't that bad. That ain't that bad. That's cool. They know we celebrate and they be chill with copyright. Well, I'm not sure. NBA, NBC, like... Oh, let me go to their account and see what's on there. I don't know. Should I risk it? I'll risk it. I'll risk it. I'll just cut it out afterwards if it doesn't work. Yeah, so some people told me to watch this. Apparently Sohan is brought up, maybe Dylan Harper's brought up, De'Aaron Fox is brought up, something like that. Here, I'll like speed it up. And these captions, that probably should help. And then I won't make it full screen. Maybe that'll make it better. We can't lose you, clan? What you mean? What you mean? All right. Okay. I really just want to talk about how great this game was, but quite a few people in the chat are bringing up Sohan, and obviously I'm going to get teased for it because he's not playing, but honestly, I saw a few things, and it actually made me feel much better. And I want to show you. I want to share it with you, okay? I want to share it with you. Now, before I do, as always, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. You just go to the pick section here, and you go to the NBA section because you don't care about all those other sports. Ew, screw those other sports. You go here, and you can see, you know, a multitude of different things that you can choose, right? So points, rebounds, assists for Kevin Porter. I'm gonna say more on that one. Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, I'm gonna say more on that one. Steph Curry against Portland. Yeah, I'm going more. But yeah, so it's really simple. You do that. Use the promo code CLAN and you'll get a 100% match up to $100. Just download it. Link in my description. Get the app. It's some really great stuff. All right, so let me show you guys what I saw. Just a few things. One thing, like the Grinch, I forget what happened with the Grinch. It like made his heart bigger or some crap. I don't remember. But this right here, I just thought this was cool. I think this is pretty sweet. This is pretty dope. So I came across this. This isn't the important thing. I just want to share this because I just thought it was cool. So as you guys always know, they always talk about the gym rats on the team, right? We know that Keldon's a gym rat. But one person that's always brought up is my boy Sohan, right? Like being the first one in the gym, last one out. Like that's always been a thing. But you see here, you got Wemby and Sohan 1v1. And Sohan's getting cooked. He's getting cooked. Oh, wait. They put some music to it. Getting cooked. But yeah, you can see them just out there practicing it up. And you know that they're really great friends. So it's just nice to see. It just warms my heart that he's the one that's conditioning Wemby to get him ready for the game. I think that's really cool. But yeah, just wanted to show that. There's some other footage out there as well. But this is kind of the big way. Is he talking here? Oh, never mind. that was the press conference. But yeah, so just thought that was really cool. Nothing special there. Nothing that really stands out. I just thought that was sweet. I like those two when they're together. It's really great. I also like Keldon when he's hanging out with not just Dylan Harper, but I like him hanging out with Sohan too. They got a pretty cool dynamic. I remember that one clip that we went over where they were like fighting each other. It was like, dude, these are like brothers. Anyways, moving on. But this is what I actually liked. I didn't actually watch the video, but hey, this is enough for me. So Mitch Johnson indicated Sohan's significant dip in minutes of late has been solely a coaching decision. So this is what I like, and I'm just gonna take his word for it. So it says Jeremy has been great. So, and when he says Jeremy has been great, I'm sure it's just Jeremy has took it on the chin and been a good sport about it because he's just a good teammate. He says, we have been on the same page, a lot of communication. So as far as being on the same page, a lot of communication, what I'm hoping for, and this is me instilling like my optimistic side, okay? This is me putting in my optimistic side. No reporting of this, nothing out there about it. I know that the front office really loves Sohan. I know that for a fact. But other than that, I'm not basing this off of anything but my own optimism, okay? But what I'm hoping is that Mitch Johnson, him being a very young coach, and Sohan, let's all be honest, being a player that's pretty difficult at times to figure out where you're going to put him. You know he has the skill set that can help you. Obviously, like you look at other players, other teams around the league, they have their own version of Sohan, right? Quite a few of them do. So you know that you can use them. It's just we're having a hard time figuring it out right now. And I'm just going to be optimistic and say Mitch Johnson might have came and said, hey, I'm figuring it out as you guys are figuring it out. And we're going to have a place. We just gotta see what we gotta do to make that happen, right? And the reason why I do it, because it's not just blind optimism, like I did just kind of say that, but it's not just blind optimism. I also thought back of all the different stuff that was going on last season. And one thing that I got the vibe of is a lot of players felt as if Mitch was learning with them, which they were content with that. The team loved him, right? They will run through a wall for Mitch Johnson. That is one positive thing I'll say about Mitch Johnson. As many gripes as I've had or you guys had, that's the one thing I'll say about him. They will run through a wall for him. But one thing they have brought up is, hey, we need to make more adjustments. Hey, we need to change this stuff. Like Wemby mostly has been saying that. But then also they've kind of talked about how, hey, he's learning with us. We're all learning. This is a learning process. So maybe I should take it a little bit more as Mitch not being malicious, because I think that's where I get the most irritation from. I don't get the irritation solely from certain players not playing. That's not only it. What bothers me is when I feel like, okay, we're doing favorites and all this, and when I see somebody like the greatest coach of all time, Popovich, find a place for basically all of his players. Like he will find a role for you. He made it. It's shorter stretches, but he made Brent Forbes work at times. So like when I see him play, Sohan and really value what he brings, it's irritating to see a younger coach like not figure it out. But that's okay. Maybe it literally is we're all figuring this thing out together. We're growing together, and maybe I should be okay with that, Because at this point, the Spurs are very loyal. They're not going to just like get rid of Mitch like that, right? Or, they're not going to go. They had their shot to go after a veteran coach and they didn't do it. They know what they're doing. So maybe I should just sit back, just trust the process and say, hey, we're going to figure it out. Because I really do. This is my main thing, guys. As much as, hold on, let me just say this. As much as people say, you're just a Sohan glazer, or you're just obsessed with Sohan, and all these things. It is true that I really do like him as a player, right? I think that he's cool. I like him as a player. I think that he helps. And there's been many of occasions throughout his short career that I pointed to and said, we could use that in the playoffs, right? That toughness, that nastiness, that hustle, that defense, all of that. I love players like that. And I do think that he has a high basketball IQ as well. But all of that, scratch all of that. What I care most about is the team being able to utilize how much talent we have and put in players in advantageous positions to win. That's all I ever cared about. That's all I care about. So I will talk about Devin Vassell being put at small forward in some of these games, and it doesn't pan out, and it doesn't work as well, and his percentages being pretty bad. If you guys don't believe me on that, I actually did do the calculations. Here, I'll just bring this up real quick, and I'll give you some other points as well. But hold on, let me see, because some people want to try to call me out on this, which was very irritating. Here we go. So Devin Vassell is shooting guard this season, which I don't know what the percentage would be now after this game, but it wouldn't change too much. But as shooting guard, 19.6 points per game, 47 field goal percentage, 49.8 3-point percentage. And actually, this is of the course, I think 9 games. And I think this right here is like 15, 16 games. But as small forward, 12.8 points per game, which is fine. You would expect that, with more talent, that his numbers would go down a little bit. But you wouldn't expect this. 38% field goal percentage and 28% 3-point percentage. So this is the type of stuff where I'm like, we can't just point the finger and just say Vassell's trash. Trade him. That's the answer. He's trash. Maybe it's not that he's trash. Maybe it's just we're not putting players in the best positions to win, right? And it's the same thing with Castle. I don't think Castle's a bad player. I was one of the no, I won't say one of the few. I was one of many, but it was quite a few Spurs fans also not okay with it. But I was really advocating for getting Castle in that draft. I was like, he should be number 1 in that particular draft. Not a great draft, but I thought that I was praying that we would get him. But I don't think that you should run offenses through him. Like, I don't think, once you get to the playoffs, and even in this game against the OKC Thunder, you kind of saw it. Like, you saw quite a few mishaps and us give up quite a few points because that's what we were doing. But he's just not that type of player, and that's okay, right? That's all right. So, shut up, Caps. I saw Cap's name. I don't even have to read it. But yeah, so all I'm trying to say is, like, I just want players to be put in, good positions to win. And I think quite a few players have been put in good positions to win. It's just a few of them that we're still trying to figure out. I think you can use Carter Bryant. I really do. I think you can use Carter Bryant. I know that he needs much more reps. If you're not going to use him, just give him to the G League, for God's sake. Like, please give him some minutes. But I do think that you can use him, right? And there's a lot of players. There's so much depth on this team, and I think that you can use quite a bit of it. Now, I am not one to scream to the top of my lungs that you need to use, like, I don't know, Kelly Olynyk necessarily or Lindy Waters necessarily. Like, they can be into the bench. That's fine. But I do think that some guys you just need to put in better positions to win. Even our starting lineup has been kind of wonky, right? So that's all I'm saying. That's just how I feel about it. So it's not me literally saying, oh my God, I just want this player to play. That's all I care about. If I really believed that he wasn't good enough, then I would just be saying that he shouldn't play. But I think that we put him in bad positions. Putting Sohan in center continuously just doesn't work. It doesn't pan out. And I know some people want to try to bring up like EPM or bring up certain analytics and say, oh, well, he's better at center than he is at power forward. But those analytics, they don't take into account that when he's out there with Olynyk, he's listed at power forward when he's actually playing center. So, like, those are certain things that you can't just, like, throw out, certain raw analytics out there and just say, see, we're doing our best we can. We just can't use them. Like, that's lazy, in my opinion. That's very lazy. So yeah, that's all I care about. And I think if you can do that, if we can figure this out, if we can figure roles out for certain guys that Mitch Johnson just doesn't know yet, we could be so much better. And that's crazy to say with how great of a season that we're having. But I don't want to become Rockets fans, which we won't. But I don't want to be Rockets fans, man. I don't want to be these fans that we make it to the playoffs and then next season we get, kicked out of the first round. And then next season, when people talk trash about us, we're like, did you make the playoffs? I don't want to be one of those fans. I want to be saying, did your team win a championship? That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. I want to make fun of them for not winning championships. That's all I care about. I do not care about anything else. I do not care about, just making the playoffs. And this team, do not let anyone convince you. Don't let anyone convince you that this team is just too young. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, they're just too young. We're just going through, we gotta grow together. We gotta learn. No, screw that. And the reason why I say that is because the San Antonio Spurs are the 11th youngest team in the NBA. The Warriors are 3rd. Lakers are 5th. The Nuggets are 12th. And I think the OKC Thunder is 16th. And who's 15th? Hold on, actually, I can give you some numbers. Give me a second. Youngest NBA teams today. Let's see. Can we... Look at me. I'm a monster. All right. I think I was right. So you see. Yep. Warriors 3rd. Lakers 5th. Spurs 11th. Nuggets 12th. Like I said. Rockets 15th. Okay. And then Thunder 16th. Yeah. Don't tell anybody. Don't let anyone tell you we're too young to win a championship. Like, oh, we it's growing pains. Screw that. Let's take it now. I'm a believer now. I'm an absolute believer now. As long as you got Wemby, you can do anything. So, Yeah, don't let anybody tell you that we're too young or whatever. But that's the thing. We got depth, we got all the depth in the world, but you want to utilize it. And another thing too, keeping on my Sohan point, is I also believe that if you have Sohan in these games, he's not as valuable offensively as Steph Castle, right? Like, come on, obviously. He's not as valuable to this team offensively as Steph Castle is. And he's not that type of player. He never was that type of player. He's not as valuable offensively as Dylan Harper is, right? He's solely a role player. But defensively, you can put a body out there that gives you some really solid defense. He doesn't foul a lot. Like, he's really good because he's fundamentally sound. He doesn't foul a ton. But you can put somebody out there that possibly could foul, and then you reserve Steph Castle in these drawn out dog fights. You reserve Dylan Harper, because last game really scared me. Even this game was a little scary. Like, Castle had 4 fouls, Dylan Harper had 4 fouls. Last game, Dylan Harper had 5 fouls and Steph Castle had 4. And if the Lakers just played a little bit better, played a little better defense, well, all of a sudden we lost 2 of our best or better offensive weapons, right? And I don't want that. So that's a way that you can utilize Sohan, utilize that depth you have, utilize those defenders you have. But yeah, so that's my thing. I think he has a spot on this team. I'm not convinced out of it. And honestly, I calmed down quite a bit when I saw it actually addressed, and then also seeing, him hang out with Wemby a little bit. It was nice to see. Wouldn't be surprised if Wemby advocated for him as well. So, dude, I said all of that, but I didn't even look at this video yet. Long video, but oh crap. Should we? Yeah. Well. All right. Well, hold on. Since it's a Sohan segment, let me try to find where they actually talk about him. Where's the transcripts? Isn't there like a transcript thing on here? Theater mode settings. Or maybe it's not. Oh, here it is. Transcript. All right, let's see if I can find it real quick. Control find. They're not gonna spell Sohan right. Yeah, they're not gonna spell Sohan right. All right, let's see. I don't know. Are they saying Dylan Harper should start? I'm a little confused by this. Which I agree with that. I don't know, guys. Oh, okay, here it is. I found it. All right, here we go. All right, so this is Austin Reeves. Hello, sorry. Here's Austin Reeves. All right, let's listen to what Austin Reeves had to say. It's about this segment.
Plays out there. It's positionless basketball anyway. Just put these guys out there. They'll play. Like, what do you?
Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
I'm hard Halliburton this thing, guys. Let's just do it. All right. List for team. You can name me a team. I'll tell you a guy who got to play with. Anthony Black starts cooking. Paulo goes down. And again, he's not replacing Paulo. But if you give any player more opportunity in the NBA, right. These are the best players in the world. Most of these guys gonna make some shake with it, and then they gonna start questioning how valuable you are. It's a funny league, so it's just how it works, man. Now, I'm not saying De'Aaron Fox they need to get rid of. De'Aaron Fox is the guy who's gonna help them win games in the playoffs. They need him. I'm saying play him and Harper together. Figure it out. Nembhard, Halliburton, this thing, guys. Let's just do it. All right, because
either of them are like traditional 3-point shooters.
Yeah, so you just have them play off each other. Just drive and kick, push the ball. If either one of you get the rebound, you got it. The other one run.
They're more like put the most five.
He's talking so fast that I don't even think I need to speed it up, honestly.
Most talented guys.
Put the 5 best players out there. It's positionless basketball anyway. Just put these guys out there. They'll play. Like, what do you? I mean, their bench you still got. You got Vassell and you got
Kelvin Johnson.
You got Kelvin.
Last night came out and hit like 4 threes in a row.
Kelvin Johnson, who's a guy that used to be one of your main options when you guys weren't as good. Like, this guy can come up.
He was on Team USA.
Yeah, like Kelvin can carry a bench, bro. Him and Vassell. Are you kidding me? That you paid Vassell $100-something million.
When was this said? Because this is speaking kind of facts. This was said 2 days ago? This is kind of facts.
He could score too.
Right.
He could shoot. those guys can carry up. Like, bro, you have plenty. Harrison, you got all this shit off the bench, dog. You got a lot off the bench. You're good.
How do you feel about Sohan?
I start Sohan. He needs to be with the best players on the floor. That's how he's most effective. If he's playing with the best, you put him in the bench team, he's not going to be as good. You put him with the best 4 other players on the floor, and he gets to be Rodman out there and just be hustle player, hit a 3 here and there, go get a tip in, a dunk, be a menace, start some shit, be competitive.
I agree with you on that.
Yes. he's a amp. I always said this. I think Sohan's more of an amplifier. Like, people think that there's no value in that. They're like, oh, well, if he has to be out there with Wemby or he has to be out there with good players, then that means he's not that great. No, that just means he's that type of player where he amplifies other guys. You can go back to the 2014 Spurs roster, and there's plenty of guys that I would say aren't that effective if it weren't for some of the guys they're playing with, but they're very important. You can throw out Thiago Splitter. You can throw out Boris Diaw. You can throw out quite a few players even on that team alone that around other talent, that's what makes them really good. But yeah, no, he's absolutely correct. I agree. Amplify other people's talents. Start them. And Devin Vassell coming off the bench, I'm still okay with that. Like, I would start, I think this is what he was saying earlier. Oh, he said it right here. Dylan Harper needs to start. That's kind of what I would do, honestly. Like, I would start Dylan Harper, start Sohan. You can have Barnes come off the bench if you want to, or you can move him to the 3. I wonder if you just put in Julian Champagnie at the 3 at that point. I don't know what I would do there. And then you have Steph Castle, who's like running the bench unit with all that talent. He plays very well with Cornette, as you guys know. That's just a really great balanced team, I think. And you can still play with a lot of pace and still play hard and be totally fine. Like, and I really hate the fact that saying benched is like a bad word amongst Spurs fans nowadays, because it's like, guys, we had Manu Ginobili. By the way, ban whatever that is. Who's in here? Phyllis, Amadou. Yeah, ban whatever that is. Thank you.
Then you put him out there. He needs to start. You put him with Wemp. Go. Hey, I need you to go be a pain in the ass. I need you to guard guys who are 4 times your size. I need you to Draymond it. I need you to Dennis Rodman used to guard Karl Malone and be down there with Barkley and be down there with Shaq. These guys are 4 times his size, just out there being a pest. Draymond guards every time. Draymond's 6'7", fam. I don't think people understand. Draymond ain't 6'10". Draymond Green is 6'7" at best. He goes out there every night, guards the guard, don't matter who. Just it's all like,
it's okay. Mods blocked it.
Just you know what I'm saying? Like, right. Sohan need to be that. I need you to go put on 15 pounds. I need you to be this sleek, fashion. Like, I don't need you for that, bro. Not no more with the way this team's shaped now with all this talent, dog. If you want, I need you to gain 15 pounds. I need you to learn how to hit.
15 is pretty. That's quite a few pounds. Do you guys agree with that? Do you agree that Sohan needs to gain weight? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Not 15. That's a lot. But I get the sentiment.
A quarter 3 and a pop 3 consistently.
Yeah.
And I need you to rebound. I want you to be diving on the floor. I want you to break your stuff sometimes because you're playing too hard. I need that type of guy. Jalen Suggs is always hurt because he plays too hard. He's a football player. Right. I need that for Sohan. And you go out there and you do all the dirty work so we can keep our pretty. We need to keep Wemby, the pretty boy, the golden child. Our best.
You need to keep your offensive weapons on the court. That's actually what I just talked about. You need to keep them on the court, and you're not going to be able to go into a lot of dogfights with Steph Castle getting nearly 5 fouls or Dylan Harper getting nearly 5 fouls. You just won't. You won't be able to survive these huge games. De'Aaron Fox had 4 fouls. You know, like you said, keep the pretty ones pretty. You do the dirty work. I like that.
He needs to be away from all.
Is he talking about? Yeah, he's talking about Sohan.
We need to keep him clean, and that's exactly what.
Another great big Luke Cornette, who's really playing well for them too.
Yep.
It's like that. The signing was weird. It was like $40 million, but I'm like,
he is good.
Yeah, he's just good, man. He does what he does.
He does exactly. Yeah. And again, that's the guy who come off the bench. He did it for Boston. So like,
yeah, but I think that's enough. But yeah, I agree with everything he said. Exactly. So I'll just say this. I'm gonna end on this. Okay, this is what I'll say about Jeremy. I'm much more optimistic now that I've kind of calmed down, saw the quote and whatnot, and like I just have a hard time. And I know how the front office feels about him, so I have a hard time believing the Spurs won't figure it out. But I'm gonna say this: This is for Sohan lovers, Sohan enjoyers, Sohan haters, Sohan deniers. It sounds like a religion. But I'm gonna say this. Even if you hate Sohan, you should be pulling for them to figure out how to play him. Because if you don't want him on this team, if you truly don't want him on this team, you will want to be able to trade him. What you don't want, and what none of us wants, is for the San Antonio Spurs to miss out and lose another lottery pick. And we definitely don't want to do it just because we couldn't figure out how to use him. He has the skills that we can utilize. He has the hustle. He has the defense. You can always use a guy like that. It's not like the San Antonio Spurs offense is some prestige offense with renowned perimeter defense without him and phenomenal three-point shooting. That's not true. That's not true. Our offense at times looks awful, and it's going to be that way for a while. But you can utilize somebody like him. And if you don't want him on the team, you want him to play and you want him to get reps. I'll say that. Because you don't want to just lose another lottery pick. Now, Primo was out of our control, but you don't want to lose our second lottery pick in the course of 25 years. Yeah. So, but yeah, just want to say that. That's all I'll say. But yeah. That's a serious. I'm going to address that. To be honest, Sohan has a lazy problem. That's a ridiculous thing to say. I have no idea what you're talking about. He's always considered the first one in the gym. He's worked on his game continuously. I don't know what we're talking about there. And this year is such a wonky sample size. Can't really get much out of, hey, play at center, and then he plays 4 minutes a game, plays 20 another, plays none another. Like, what do you do? What are we judging him off of at this point? You know, it's all over the place. Anyways, so whether you love him or you hate him, we all should be rooting for, maybe for different reasons, but we all should be rooting for them figuring it out. Okay? Sohan worked on his game? Ha 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 ha. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. In many ways. Many ways. Look at his shooting form. But yeah. He works his butt off. He does work his butt off. It's very obvious. Moving on. All right. I think that was a pretty good Sohan segment, if I say so myself. Did Sohan play? Yes, he played 40 minutes. Okay. So I feel like that was a grounded, good Sohan take for the most part. If you disagree with me, then you're just wrong. All right, moving on. Oh my goodness. Wemby's so nasty though. Wemby's so nasty. We play on Tuesday, right? How many segments we did so far? 2? We only did 2, right? So was that Sunday? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. I don't know why Yahoo Sports keeps asking me to like collab with them on these posts. They're gonna have to start paying me, man. They keep sending me stuff to collab, and I'm cool because it's like it's Yahoo Sports, so I'll do it. But they might need to start paying me. Okay, trolling is getting tired. Are you talking about Caps? I mean, I feel like I gave a really grounded Sohan take on a perspective of both I and if you don't like them, you know? You don't want to just waste it. Like, oh, well, it's over, man. Hang it up. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It does not have to be like that. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that that a lot of people can't look past, you know, some of the stats for certain players. He's that type of player. I love what Austin Reeves said about the Austin Rivers said about the being kind of a Dennis Rodman type, you know? How about who's your favorite bench player aside from Sohan? Who's my favorite bench player? Dylan Harper? Yeah, Dylan Harper. Dude, Spurs got hated on and dismissed at halftime. I don't know. Is that true? Like when Wemby brought it back so close, I thought everyone at halftime was like, "Oh, wait a minute. We love screens here for sure." KJ's your favorite? KJ's valid. I would say Dylan Harper, but also I don't think Dylan Harper is a bench player. I think he should start, but I would say Dylan. I love Dylan next to Wemby, by the way. That's something I don't bring up enough. Like, Wemby just brings so much attention. Dylan Harper, as great as he is getting to the rim and being a finisher, like, it's just so nice. Agree with you on Sohan? Yeah, honestly, I mean, Mark, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think a lot of times it's because I get so upset with how much hate is brought, you know, his way, that sometimes it seems like when I'm communicating, I'm not communicating the best I can, or it comes across as, oh, you're just being emotional or you're just being a stan. But honestly, like, that's truly how I feel. Like, I think I want the team as a whole just to be better. And you don't get better by not playing certain talent that you have. If I truly thought Sohan was unplayable, unbearable, not a good defender, not this, can't do that, then I won't be advocating for it. You guys didn't see me sitting here screaming for the top of my lungs to see more Zach Collins. There's only so much you could do with him on the team. I didn't feel that way, but there's certain talent that we have that I've seen enough where I'm like, yeah, we could use that. Is it going to be pretty? Is he going to have Wemby stats? No, of course not. Fox stats? Of course not. But you can use it. You know? Bro, he's not playing. Okay. Oh, what? Caps, I'm ignoring you. You know what, actually. You know what, Caps? You getting on timeout. You've been bad. Caps been bad. Caps get a timeout. Let's see. What we doing? What we do? We're gonna do 10 minutes. We're gonna give you a 10-minute timeout. Clan doesn't know ball. Okay, Chandler, yours is a little bit more heinous. So Chandler, you're gonna get what kind of timeout I want to give you. You're gonna get a 30-minute timeout. There we go. You never have to hear my takes again for 30 minutes. All right. Moving on. I want to listen. Oh, don't worry. Caps can't. You said Caps stop being a hater. He won't hear you. He's on timeout for 10 minutes. I want to hear what Victor Wembanyama had to say. That's what I want to see, because Vic is our savior in this game. All right, so before we do that, big shout out to Sleeper. Oops. Sorry. Oops. I gotta fix it. Ah, there we go. Okay. Can't skip the sponsor, guys. All right. Here we go. I'm a man of my word. All right. So we get to listen to what Big Wemby had to say, what Big Vic had to say. I'm really curious to hear this. All right. So before we do, as I always say, before we do, big shout out to today's sponsor, Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports at all, go check it out. Link in the description. You'll get 100% match up to $100. All you have to do is use the promo code CLAN after you download the app. But it's really simple. You just make your picks for the day. You add them all up, and you can make yourself some moolah. So go check that out. Check that out. Check that out. Link in the description. All right, Wemby, my man, please break down to us how you came into the game for how you came into the game for 12 seconds and changed everything. He played 12 seconds tonight, by the way. He played 12 seconds tonight.
Victor, just your thoughts on coming off the bench and not playing in the first quarter and the strategy that Mitch employed, spreading your minutes out where you had more in the fourth.
So my thoughts before the game were,
Y'all, that's not good, bro. He started off drinking his water bottle. What is he about to say? He started off drinking his water bottle. If you guys ask me something and I'm like, my thoughts are, like, you know it's going to be something wild, right? TOS violations. Okay.
that in this kind of game you just have to make things happen, no matter the conditions. And this is just a slight detail. I can do just all right with 3 quarters, so.
He got so much aura! So much! You guys were right. I asked before the season started. I said, "Will he have the MJ?" I don't know if he has the MJ charisma. I don't know. Like, he got charisma. It's the MJ charisma. It's the MJ charisma.
I didn't even have to ask myself this question. And looking back, I think it was the good formula.
Write it down. Just write it down.
It was a good system to do it like this, and I just try to make the most out of it.
Mike.
Victor,
You Glazing Clan? Yeah! I gladly so. Willingly. I want to be here right now.
mentioned in one way of looking at it was this was the worst case scenario for you to come back because you're jumping into such an intense situation. But it turned out that you actually
Just play it. I will literally keep it on pause for 20 minutes, dude. I will literally put it on pause for 20 minutes. Do not test me.
looked like you were enjoying that. Are you glad that you were able to do this in this situation?
Of course, I am. I feel very lucky because it's just this kind of situations where I know I can trust my inner self, to get in that zone, to just make the right thing. So it's really not a worry on my side.
Back right.
Bonsoir Victor.
Salut.
On a vu pas mal de chambrage, un peu de trash talk gentil, un petit peu de dirt ce soir. C'était l'envie après un mois sans basket ou comme l'enjeu de la compétition? Qu'est-ce qui a entraîné cet aspect du...
De dirt, je dirais pas quand même, mais
I'm confused. I don't know French. If we got any French people, you can leave it after this video's uploaded. You can put that water bottle looks tiny because he's huge. What the heck?
already more than 20 games ago.
Oh, sorry.
Games.
Sorry.
Michael?
Now that you guys are whole again, what are your thoughts about sort of what you can be here in the future in these coming games?
I think it's our first time playing everybody.
It was our first time? Holy. Oh, man. What a season. We've enjoyed quite a few wins for this to be the first time we playing everybody.
My thoughts are just that, we're already a solid team, already more than 20 games ago. It's just experience. We're just figuring it out, and the difference with us and this team, who's I don't know, what are they, 24-2, is that we haven't had this many reps recognizing what it takes and enjoying what it takes to win. And this is our next step, because this OKC team, they're not just first in the league, they're way ahead of everybody. And because when you watch them, no matter who, whether it's the 12th man or the starting 5, whether they're playing against the 15th seed or in any kind of game. They're playing the same way. They're enjoying the little things that make them win, and this is the next step we have to pass.
I really like, I love hearing Wemby talk because I really like how he just mirrors the coach, right? Because that's actually what's been taught, and that wasn't just random. That's what's been taught before the season even started. I don't know if you guys recall, like I think it was opening night against the Mavericks, like those quotes from Mitch Johnson during the game, where he was saying like enjoy the mundane, right? Like enjoy that, and that's what he's doing. Like he's paraphrasing in a different way, but I really love. It's a really good sign when players mimic what the coaching staff has said, because it means it's instilled, right? Just a little thing. I think that's really cool. That's good.
Kelly up front.
Hey, Victor, it seemed like the second quarter for you was very intentional in terms of defensively, just paying attention to trying to eliminate everything that the Thunder were trying to do. Obviously, you are a generational defensive player, but why was that quarter for you so important, even without scoring the basket?
The second quarter?
Yes.
Because it's my first quarter in I don't know how many weeks. So if I hadn't been intentional, I would have been
2 weeks, I think.
Really asking myself questions. So I had to do that.
Victor, next year this game would have been played in Oklahoma City with the change in the format. The semifinals aren't going to be at a neutral site anymore.
Really?
So I'm just curious what your thoughts are, like if this game had been in Oklahoma City and what that would have been like compared to this.
In the same conditions, it would.
What? That's a weird question.
Have been just the same. It was so much going into that game, especially for me, being my first game in a while. So it's hard to answer, but I guess the crowd would have been on the opposite side because it felt like there was room for us.
Oh, thanks for the super chat. It's kind of weird because the chat stopped on my OBS, but I can see the chat on the screen, so it's kind of a weird thing going on right now. But thank you for the super chat. I'll try to catch them when they come up, but yeah, it's kind of messing up
today. But so that's just one letter factor.
And after missing so much time, to be out there in the fourth quarter like you were, to be able to close the game out the way you were against, obviously, a guy in Chet you've played against, and against a team like you said you guys are chasing, how much fun was it to be back in the mix again after having to wait the last few weeks to play?
Wow, I mean, you can't imagine. It's just incredible. Because I've seen these guys for the last 12 games just get better, do some beautiful things. And I just wanted to be a part of it, you know? And I'm glad that we can still do it when I'm here.
I bet you that Cornet block just broke his heart. He's like, I wish I was on that court. That Cornet block was probably the highlight of the season, right?
I have no doubt, of course, but I'm just glad to be a part of something that's growing to be so beautiful and so pure and ethical basketball, you know?
On your right, Tim.
Pure and ethical basketball. You love to hear it. You love to hear it. Well, we just got a bunch of good guys on the team, it seems. Like, everybody's mature. Everybody is, about the game. Everyone is bought into putting forth as much effort as possible. Everyone's about taking a back seat for the team. You think Wemby cried about, he probably pushed it a little bit, but he didn't cry about coming off the bench, right? He was just like, I'm going to do the best I possibly can when I get out there for my team, right? You just love to see it.
Victor, first few minutes of the third quarter, you guys were playing well, and the bench was into it at a level that you typically don't see in a regular season game. They missed front end of a free throw. The final minutes, you grabbed the rebound, screamed, and again, not typical for a regular season. I know you can't quantify with a number, but like how much more did this one mean than just
no free throw merchants? No free throw merchants, but if we're being honest, Steph Castle should be at the line way more often than he is. If we're being honest, he gets hacked a lot.
A regular game.
Oh well, yeah, this is not a typical regular season game. Tuesday. Because we know if we lose, we're out. And some people are built for these moments, some aren't, but we definitely are, and it shows. because it's not against anybody that we won that game. So
He's so nasty. He straight up just says some people built for it and some people ain't. But we built for it. Yeah.
It's just, again, I feel lucky. I'm glad we have this group because everybody buys into this and everybody is built for these moments.
Third row on your left.
Victor, félicitations.
Random thought, but what the heck was Chet Holmgren thinking to try to score on Wemby? Like, when he couldn't get past him, I thought he was going to pass it out. He actually attempted that. The same shot that he got blocked with last time. I don't know what he was thinking. That was funny. Once again, my French people, if you guys want to answer that, or, you know, that would be cool.
Et donc on va pas...
De retrouver pas mal.
J'avais pas réfléchi, mais ouais, c'est sûr que c'est...
Your focus to the Sixth Man of the Year award? Are you looking forward to staying coming off the bench?
I have had this thought. I'm not gonna lie, but am I still eligible? If I'm,
I think you could be.
I am. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think so. Is he eligible? I don't think he's eligible. No. Oh, wait. No, he's not eligible, is he, guys? No, he wouldn't be eligible. How many games are left? I'm bad at math. I don't think he's eligible though.
We'll think about it then.
What?
Can you be a six-man MVP? I guess there's no...
Maybe. We'll check with the NBA. But when did you get tired today, Vic? Was there a moment when you did hit that wall?
Yeah, of course, but my
Maybe going for MVP. That's crazy.
baseline is so much better than it's been at any time in my life before that.
Comment at the translation if you want. Did you comment it under... Which video did you comment under? I'm on Basket Man's. Yeah, I'm under Basket Man's thing, not the official one.
Even the tired today was the normal of before, so, and it's just my first game back, so it's only gonna get better. Of course, it's up and downs all the time, but I don't remember when, but I did get a little wind out at some point.
Third row in the center.
Victor, have you heard the name?
All right, we're at 7:55. You said refresh it. Let's see. We know where we're at. I don't see it. Yeah, you might have commented on the official Spurs one. I'm on Basket Man's thing, so sorry.
Heard the name the Slash Brothers regarding your teammates, and just talk a little bit about what you saw out of them and their ability to penetrate the paint. And I don't.
Can we not do the Slash Brothers? I mean, it's fine, but like, I don't want to just take somebody else's name. I wish it was something different.
Only that, finish incredibly well against the OKC defense.
I mean, that's just an ability that's so useful in this league, and even more useful when you got shooters around it. So it's and it's two very young guys that are already able to do that. So they're gonna be huge problems.
I like Slash Brothers. It's just I don't like the fact that you just took it from the Splash Brothers. You know, I just wish it was something different. Weird. It's on the same channel for sure. I can DM it to you if you want. For the segment, it's okay. If you cool with it, whenever I upload this, if you could just copy and paste it in that will be fine. Like people can just read it after. I'll just put it underneath the video, or I can pin you under the video. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you though.
It's having Dylan and Steph, you know, and even De'Aaron, of course, the ability they have to get downhill. It makes the whole defense shift their focus, so it just opens up things for everybody.
Standing in back left.
I think obviously wins and losses obviously what matter a lot, but what are you learning about just the process that it takes to get to those wins and losses, and learning and growing throughout those over the year?
It's hard. It's hard, but you know, I think we're on the right path, and for the first time in my career, not the case of everybody in our group. For the first time in my career, we're winning much more than we're losing. So it's a lot of pleasure, because it doesn't feel normal when we lose, but it unfortunately is things we have to go through. And we'll go through it again in the future if we need to, but we're winning much more than we're losing right now. So we're all where we like to be. We're all where we want to be.
Got last question, back right.
Victor, coming back and having such a big impact on your team, does this change your confidence after the injury and everything?
No.
I've never really felt a lack of confidence in anything, whether it's my movement or just mentally. So it's my confidence has been up there, is still up there. You know, I know I'm taking care of my body like nobody else, so I have really no reason to worry.
He's so not arrogant. That's the wrong word. He is just so awesome. You know, one thing I always say is, oh no, Caps is back. One thing I always say is, you know, you can be arrogant and super confident if you're really great at what you do, right? Like we can tolerate that. You can be ignorant, right? You can be ignorant as long as you're humble and you want to be curious and learn new information and grow. But you can't be arrogant and ignorant. You can't be those. But Wemby, if you want to be arrogant, if he wants to scream at you after he gets the rebound off of your missed free throw, if he wants to, flex on you, he can do it because he's so good at what he does. He's so great at what he does. Love Wemby, man. All right. Fox is smug. Yeah, he come across smug sometimes. Let's see. I wanted to do 3. So Mitch next. I think I'll do Castle. I'll do Mitch and Castle. Let's do Mitch next. Yeah. I want to see what Mitch has to say. I want to see. Yeah. Yeah, he did scream and then he missed his own free throw. I was like, you can't do that. You got to make your free throw, bro. You got to make your free throw, Wemby. Okay, so before we talk about Mitch Johnson and take a look at what he has to say, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested at all, go check it out. So many different picks you can make. It's a daily fantasy sports app. But if you don't want to do daily fantasy sports, you can go to the home page, go to NBA, and you can see play-by-plays, updates, breakdown. What does this say? Discussions. Y'all haven't seen third-year Wemby if y'all think the Thunder will have it easy. Y'all also haven't seen the trio of Fox, Castle, and Harper. Y'all also haven't seen Boxed Out by Big Body KJ. Y'all also haven't seen French Vanilla. Excuse me. Y'all also haven't seen Hot Shooting for Sale. Y'all don't know what's coming. Dang. Anyways, if you guys want to check it out, it's a really great segment on here, or section on here as well, where you can see highlights, updates, play-by-plays, news, all that good stuff. So go check it out. Really great things over at Sleeper. Download the link in the description box. Shout out to them for sponsoring this segment. All right, let's listen to what Mitch has to say. Oh, Mitch is asleep. Well, never mind. That's it.
Either one.
All right. Okay. All right. God, man, Caps, why I gotta do this, Caps? Caps, why you gotta do this? Where Caps at? Why you making me do this, Caps? I like you. He's still talking trash. Hold on. I gotta put him on another timeout. All right, you going on a 10-minute timeout. All right, Caps. All right. Why you gotta do that, man? I like you. Knock it off. Leave me alone.
Coach, I know in the first half, the 2 times that when we checked in the game, you guys closed double digits deficits to single digits, and I know you've been...
That happened twice? I didn't realize that happened twice. Bro, it was like It was so funny because I was making this joke to, my friend Swish Hill. I was talking to him. I was like, man, the funny thing is, as long as the Spurs keep it within 15, we got a shot. I was like, as long as the Spurs keep it within 15, we got a shot at the end.
I've been around him for a long time, but do you ever get surprised at just the impact that he has on these games?
Honestly, tonight was one of those with just all the added emotion, excitement, nerves, good and bad. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I thought we saw
bring Caps back. He'll be back in 10 minutes.
Ourselves wanting it almost too much. We were a little tight. And I thought we had good competitiveness. I thought our spirit was in the right place. I thought our intentions were good. But obviously we missed some shots. And we just need the game to slow down for us. And I think we did.
We not just missed some shots. We made some really bad reads. A big part of it, which I don't think you beat OKC without Wemby. And I said that last live stream as well. But a big part of it, if we're being transparent, chat, if we're being honest here, was running through Castle as heavy as we were. And then obviously Dylan Harper not really being used to this type of game, so he struggled a little bit. I mean, his obviously his percentages end up being pretty bad by the end of it. But yeah, that was a big part of it. It was just like not just playing through him rather than trying to play through Fox. He wasn't used to that. He had some really bad turnovers in there. It's only bad turnovers with him because he'll have to when he has to face up. Oh gosh, I don't know why that water was like steel right there. When he has to face up, size up, sometimes he can struggle. But against the OKC Thunder, definitely you're gonna struggle because they're so good so good defensively.
A good enough job of just working the game to settle in, and I thought Victor did also. For he played a 36-minute game. We basically played a 12-minute game and then a 36-minute game. Not sure how logical it is, but that's the cards we were dealt and how we played them. And I thought he did a phenomenal job of impacting the game without having to score. He was aggressive, wanted to play with the basketball in his hand, but I thought he did a good job of impacting the game without having to score, especially in that second quarter that you referred to.
It was like as soon as he came in, everything shifted, guys. It was not the same game anymore. Like, as soon as Wemby came in, it was like nothing they could do. Like, I'm still amazed by how good he is. And he's nowhere near as good as he's going to be. I'm so amazed by how good Wemby is. But they immediately went to, okay, we can triple team him like we normally do, right? Oh, we can put a guard on him like we normally do, right? No, you can't. He's gotten much stronger, much smarter. You can't do it. He still has some turnovers here and there, but you can't do it. He just push you. Like, they used to be able to push him off spots. He just push you off spots. Like, he's so much stronger now. And Caruso realized that.
Raise your hand if you got any questions. Over here, Mike.
Mitch, what exactly was the minute restriction, and is that how you drew it up to have him play the final five and hope that you'd be in it and give him a chance to do Victor
That was
stuff?
definitely planned. Like, his minutes restriction was probably 20 minutes and definitely planned.
Down the stretch.
Yeah, it was right about that 20-minute mark. And so we talked about it, and we agreed upon it, and we were committed to it. And we felt like our guys could play that 12-minute game, and we would be ready to go after that. And I think even though we were down 11, we missed a ton of shots we felt good about, and we just had to settle in, and I thought we did a great job of that. And then obviously,
to be fair to Mitch, yeah, Harrison Barnes missed some ones that he should hit on most occasions, but some of those it was like, ooh, like, I mean, Thunder's just that good of a defensive team. But also, I think the Spurs had quite a bit of nerves too. Like, this is a big game, everyone's watching. This is kind of the first big postseason or preseason playoffs type game, like, yeah, I think they were a little nervous, but they were fine.
For him to be part of the last three quarters is big time.
Second row towards the center.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. What does a win like this do for you guys, especially since that was the second loss that the Thunder have had this year, and that's the defending NBA champions?
All these games are moments and opportunities for us to continue to grow. Obviously, that's the defending champs, and they are who they are for a reason, and they earn the reputation they have. And so to be able to compete against teams like that at Los Angeles, where we just came out of before this, it's just opportunities for us to grow. That's our first game as a full team. And so we don't know what we don't know, and we got to get some on-the-job training. And we've been doing that sporadically with different groups and different lineups and roster availability. And it's good to be able to have the full group out there, and I'm sure time will hopefully help that in terms of continuity and execution and learning how to play with one another and complement each other.
Still crazy that Wemby said it's the first time everybody's been healthy, which I didn't even recognize that because every time somebody got healthy, someone else got hurt. Like, I think we got Wemby back, then Dylan Harper got hurt, right? So do we even get to see Dylan with Wemby, really? I don't even – yeah, a little bit. Man, what a weird season so far.
On your left, Mark.
Coach, this franchise hasn't been in the playoffs in a few years. While this isn't the playoffs, does making this mean something to the franchise? You guys even get excited, celebrate it after the game? Like, what does this mean to be back on this kind of level for the Spurs?
I just think that you're finally giving yourself evidence that this stuff works. You know, it feels good. That all that effort and all that hard work and all the fighting through, those seasons, I mean, it shows that it does work. It just wasn't working then, but now you have the talent to make it work. So it's probably, I don't know, man, it's probably addicting. And these guys love each other, so just seeing each other win and be successful. And every single game, there's somebody else that does something that's big. And one thing I'll say, too, is I was talking to Switch Hill, and he was like, oh, no, when Castle went to the line at the end. But I was very confident in thinking Castle's going to knock him down because he's just a winner, man. Like, Castle is somebody who's going to make plenty of mistakes if you put him in the wrong positions, which I think we have done. But at the end of the day, as far as a closer, he is really good closer because he's just a winner. He's just that type of player. He's that type of guy. Like, even though he was nervous at first and, you could tell his nerves were getting to him, by the end of it, man, he was great. So, yeah, I'm just not nervous for anything. Like, our team is just built different, like Wemby said.
I think our franchise is used to and committed to winning, and that's not a knock to any other franchise, but some people that have been with our franchise for a very long time have set a foundation and embedded principles that has allowed that to happen over time. And I think when we have not been winning as recently, a lot of those principles and ways we operate have not changed or wavered, and we just needed time to continue to grow with this group. And I think all these opportunities are learning opportunities to get better and to grow. And then obviously when you're able to win, there is something there that speaks to the confidence. And I don't even know if you can quantify that, but I think there is something when you see the
effort
result and the feedback of the work that you're putting into can be motivating. And I think what we're seeing is a young team that's hungry and that's gaining some confidence. Again, we're 25 games in, so I don't want to, overshoot this, but we haven't been able to win as many games as we want to. And so that's something that we don't shy away from, and we have to do the work to continue to do that, but we don't shy away from that. We lost too many games either.
Kelly up front.
I think in the 12 games that Wemby missed, you guys went 9-3. So tonight, did you see parts of the game where he was on the bench, where you were able to get contributions from Darren, from Steph and Devin? How important has that been during the stretch, and how important is that going to be in the games ahead?
It's extremely important. Again, I think we are very comfortable in recognizing Victor as the face of our franchise and the biggest piece of our puzzle. But he's not the puzzle by himself, and he doesn't want to be, and we are a team and we're a group. And it starts with him because he allows us to coach him and hold him accountable and push him like everybody else, and everything else falls in line around him. And the other guys get a ton of credit. Devin Vassell has impact in winning whether he's making shots or not. De'Aaron Fox has joined an organization with some start and stop, whether that's his availability and the team around him, and has really
influenced our young guys on how to step up in moments. And you spoke with the young guys, Luke Cornett, and I go down the line, and it's good to see, and just something we have to continue to cultivate and grow.
On your right, Tim.
Mitch, there was a missed free throw. It doesn't even count as a rebound because it was
They all got the puzzle metaphor a lot. They always go to the puzzle metaphor a lot, which is another piece of mirroring the coach thing that you talked about earlier. Yeah, it's everything, man. Like you hear it. When everyone starts saying something in like a similar way, just paraphrasing each other, that's a huge sign. That's a huge sign. Really great sign.
first of two, and Vic grabbed the ball and squeezed it and screamed. And it was the sort of moment that indicates that this was not just one of 82. Is it fair to say that?
I think a lot of people don't watch Wemby, bro. I know Wemby definitely does this in like big time games, but Wemby kind of like that, bro. Like Wemby kind of nasty, bro. I think more so when it's teams where like you're just supposed to win, maybe he doesn't do it as much. He still got swagger to him. He don't do it as much, but like any tough game that he knows is going to be tough, he goes crazy. What was the game? Was it the Bulls game? I think it was the Chicago Bulls game. He got hyped. Or was it another game? It was some game where the team was getting the opponents were getting very physical with them. And he didn't have like the greatest game, but he was going crazy by the end of it. He does this all the time.
This one meant maybe
he did against the Pelicans. Oh, okay.
A little bit more just because of the situation and the opponent and the site and all that.
Heat. You guys are right. You're right. It was Miami Heat. Yeah, they were playing really tough with him because he had to deal with Adebayo. Yeah.
Regular season game on December 12th would have.
You know, it is one of 82, but to your point, there are always circumstances and context, and that doesn't mean that everybody quantifies them the same.
Yeah, to go 5-0.
But I do think our guys have been excited about the Cup. I think our guys are excited to play really good teams because they've earned that reputation. And so when you play the Oklahoma City Thunder, you're getting the league's best. And we are a competitive group, and we want to continue to challenge ourselves to continue to get better, and there's no better way to do that but than to play the best.
We'll take last two in the front and over. I'm sorry.
We got OKC, 3 times this month? Huge games. Just for us, man. Just for us. Huge games.
Mike?
Mitch, your predecessor and mentor pretty famously did not believe in fouling up 3, and I think you did that 3 times. Are you pretty happy with how that worked out?
I'm not. I was having a debate with Swish Hill about this. I don't like that. I didn't like it. He thought like, oh no, that was great coaching, which obviously it turned out okay. But I was not crazy about that. Especially with how like we were kind of missing some of our free throws, and they were hitting all of theirs. Like they didn't miss. I think they missed like 2 free throws or something. Like they didn't miss many free throws. They missed 3 free throws in this game, and we were 75%. Me personally, I wasn't crazy about it. I wasn't cheering that on. It worked out, so it is what it is. I don't care, but no, the fouling on 3s is genius. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It was fine. I'm open to admit that I was wrong. I'd love that. Oh, okay. That's true.
Yeah, I think we just felt like with the circumstance of the game, it was something we wanted to do in terms of the timeouts were starting to go, and
it's fine. It worked.
We felt comfortable with our defensive rebounding and whatnot. So there's a lot of opinions there, but yeah, that's something I thought we executed well tonight, especially the first time of us really doing it to that extent.
Take last two, Josh, and then in the back.
Coach, what did you feel like was the most impressive aspect of Victor's performance tonight?
I thought the most impressive aspect of Victor's performance was the same as the whole team. I thought we played in a new environment for us.
I love not putting Wemby over the team.
Us with the added visibility and excitement, rightfully so. And you could tell that team has done that plenty of times, and we look like we may have not. And we worked the game, and we settled in, and I thought we were very poised and composed, and we allowed it to become just a basketball game. And I think when that happened, we got to the best version of ourselves.
Mitch, can you just talk about
Best version of ourselves is a little bit of a stretch, but
the Vic's mood coming into this game? Because it looks like he had so much fun out there, and even like taunting players and stuff like this. Like, can you talk about that? Him coming back and being like this tonight?
Yeah, in a way, it was the worst case scenario for his first game back with the restrictions, and there's just so much.
He has to come off the bench, restricted to 20, and then you have to play the best team in the NBA, and also it be in a cup game where everyone's watching.
That he could not control or having to say so it was going to be a little bit of a wild card. And I think for him, he just put himself into the game, and I thought that was great. I thought he played unapologetically. I thought he played relentless. I thought he played too fast at times, and it was all for the right reasons and the right intentions. I wouldn't change any of it. And every possession that he continues to experience and grow through and grow from is going to be best for him and best for us.
I would change some of it, but I love that. Good stuff. All right, guys. This is going to be the last thing we go over. All right, this will be the last thing we go over. All right, so next, what are we going to listen to? I was thinking we'd just do Castle, because we could do Castle or Fox, but I think I'd rather listen to what Castle has to say, honestly, if I'm being real with you guys. But before we do so, big shout out to today's sponsor. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check out Sleeper, link in the description. You'll get a 100% match up to $100. Just use the promo code CLAN. Am I even pointing to it? Promo code CLAN, okay? But if you don't want to do any of that, there's also a social media section here that you can see, and there's a bunch of like updates, one of which I was not familiar with. Evan Mobley is expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks with left calf strain. What's up with these left calf strains? Steph Curry. What? Bro, what? What? Anyways. What? Okay. All right. Anyways, if you guys are interested, go check it out. Link in the description. Go download Sleeper, and yeah, it's a lot of good features on there. All right, let's take a look at what Steph had to say.
Hey, Steph, just how important for you is it to remain aggressive on both ends of the floor? Obviously, in the time that Wemby was out, but tonight, especially against the best team in the NBA.
Yeah.
Not important at all.
I mean, it's super important. I feel like our defensive aggressiveness is like.
Clan, did you catch what Dirk had to say about Wemby after the one-on-one interview segment before the game? No, enlighten me.
Non-negotiable, but offensively, us being aggressive, like as guards, is not just for us to score. You know, it's for our other teammates, like creating disadvantages. So, yeah, I feel like we got to do that for 48 minutes, no matter what 5 is in.
Mike, over on your left.
Steph, that's the biggest stage you guys have played on as a team.
Are we beating Thunder in a 7-game series? Probably not, but it's still important. Do not just throw that out there. First off, you have to get to OKC, right? So you have to get to them in the playoffs. And after that, that question will be better answered after All-Star break. Like, give us a few weeks after All-Star break, and I think we all have a better idea of where we're at. But you're beating them right now. I don't think the Thunder are, this might be ignorant for me to say, I don't think the Thunder gets much better than what they are. Like, they are really good. And even though they're overall a better team, we do match up well against them. Well, we bring them quite a bit of trouble. And Wemby is just someone that they're not going to be able to just deal with like they did last season, where you can send 2-3 guys his way and there's no one else that can punish you for it. We have a lot of players that can punish you for it now. And then also, you can't move Wemby off of spots. There's no one on the OKC Thunder that I think is going to be able to just move and maneuver Wemby where they want to maneuver him. That's not going to happen. So I truly do think that can we beat them in a 7-game series? Right now, I will say no. Maybe Spurs lose in 5, 6, maybe. Probably 5. But I think I'll have a much better idea. And there's no reason for me to believe that the Spurs wouldn't be able to beat them by that time. So I think we can. Just right now, no, if it started today. But who knows? You know? So while Thunder is a better team than us and they can beat a bunch of other teams, them beating other teams has nothing to do with us. You get what I'm saying? So
how did it feel like to finish that? And how do you think you handled the late game type of situations? I'm sure you've thought about a lot.
Yeah, felt good. I mean, this is our first game having everybody, so obviously that's a plus. And I feel like we've been good in, close games, crunch time games, and having Vic back was definitely a plus. I think he was a big part of why we won that game, especially how he played in the second half. So, obviously job not finished, but I'm happy how we played tonight.
Second row in the center.
Hey, Steph. Congrats on the win. What does a win like this do for you guys, especially since the goal is always to beat the best team in the league and you guys just handed them their second loss? What does this say about your team moving forward?
Yeah, I think it just shows that we're serious. I think it shows our maturity, down the line with whatever 5 is in the game. And I feel like we have a lot of guys that can do it.
Huh? You figured Dirk would understand rivalries like that, but saying he needed to give Chet more credit? Wait, guys, I've completely missed the... I'm sorry, what did Dirk say? I'm going to be looking for it. Someone just tell me what Dirk said.
Any given night. I mean, people were saying that they were unbeatable, but I mean, like I said earlier, we come into every game with that same mindset. So I think it just shows that, what kind of team we are.
Any other questions? Over on the left side.
Can you describe how when Wemby got into the game, it kind of changed the entire energy for you?
He felt that Wemby was being dismissive of Chet, which he didn't like, but other commentators were like, no, that disrespect is part of what makes the game competitive and interesting. Disrespect to Chet. They're talking about the interview Vic did. Wemby was asked if he puts more into games with Chet, and he basically said the focus is on SGA. It's tougher to guard anyone when the MVP is there. He doesn't have to put respect on anybody. No one is just owed respect, especially in basketball context or whatever. Like you earn respect in sports. Like he doesn't have to kiss Chet's feet. Unfortunately, the media really, because Wemby is going to be just him. That's just how he is. But the media really turned Wemby against this whole give credit to Chet thing, because right when he came into the league, they started saying who's going to be the rookie of the year, which was BS, which was absolutely insane with the numbers that Wemby was bringing when they were trying to have that discussion. And he whooped Chet a multitude of times, popped him in the mouth. And yeah, he doesn't take kindly to that because he sees himself as a great, and Chet is not going to be one of those. Chet is going to be really good, but he's not going to be in the same tier as Wemby. So I think it's totally okay for Wemby to dismiss Chet. I'm sorry. Wemby one-on-one with Chet is not even a question, okay, on who's better. Wemby should be being discussed with Giannis, Jokic, SGA, Luka, those type of players. No one else. So, yeah, I don't think that's disrespect. And also, just a soft take. I don't know. Yeah, no. Yes, agree. You disagree with that? Yeah, no. That's laughable. What's laughable? Exactly. Oh, are you agree? I think you're agreeing with me. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, no, he doesn't have to. He doesn't owe that. And who cares? Like, I'm not even one of those people who be like, this is soft, this is soft. I don't want to be toxic in that way, but that's just kind of soft, man. Like, he owes him an apology. Like, I don't know. I think Dylan Brooks is pretty, like, disrespectful at times, but I don't really cry about it.
For you guys, because we felt it in the arena, but how was it for you on the court?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to fill that void without, Wemby playing. We know we have to lean on each other.
And Chet just ain't him, Like, some players are just like, why would he have to sit here and compliment him? Chet's a good player, but he doesn't have to sit there and compliment him. Chet's a role player for them right now. He doesn't have to sit there and be like, oh, we really got to worry about Chet. No, you don't. Wemby can lock him down real quick, real easy.
A lot more, so him being able to come in the game and draw two defenders automatically, it just opens the court up for so many other players. And then obviously what he does on the defensive end is like nobody else in the league. So, yeah, he's, like I said, he's a big reason why we won tonight.
That crowd was not neutral. They were cheering for Wemby.
Over in the center.
Steph, you guys went 9-3 without Wemby. What did you guys learn about yourselves over that stretch in terms of winning, figuring out how to win?
I was right, by the way. I said we would go 10-3. We went 9-3. Technically, we went 10-3, but I said we would go 10-3 without Wemby, but I was right.
And without him?
I just think how deep of a team we are. I mean, like I said, across the line, it could be anybody's night. So just leaning on each other and understanding that, we need our other guys, everybody other than Vic, to step up in those games, and having Vic on the court shouldn't change that. So I think it just gave us a lot more confidence in who we are as players.
Anyone else with a final question? All right, Mark, back left.
Just want to ask you what impact has De'Aaron had on you so far?
Yeah, I mean, just his aggressiveness, the way he sees the court. I mean, just always telling me to attack. Never shying away from the moment. High IQ guard. So, I mean, having him on the court, just what he does on both sides, takes a lot of pressure off of us.
You can tell that Wemby hated it, those comparisons his rookie year too, as he should. Like, it's a stupid comparison. They're not even close, man. Like, it's no disrespect. It's just not. I don't hate Chet. I think Chet's a really good player, but people are literally just taking like, oh, he can play defense, and he can play defense. Oh, okay. And they're skinny. That's not enough for me to compare them. And Chet is a better like help defender. Wemby just shuts everything down. Like, she shuts everything down. Chet is just a phenomenal. He's a really good defender, but he's also just a phenomenal help defender. Wemby's a phenomenal everything. Yeah. Anywho. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Super late on my end. We play on Tuesday, which is great. It's been so long since I posted anything on Wemby because we haven't really got to see him. It's making me sign into some things. I appreciate you staying up late for this historic moment, Clan. It's a big game. It's a big game. I feel bad for Sohan. I did a Sohan segment earlier. I maybe if you see that later, you'll feel a little bit better. I'll post it next coming days. I'm a little bit more optimistic towards the Sohan stuff. It might not be as bad as we think it is. Thank goodness my mom texted me at halftime. Oh, and not during the game? What you mean? Cocky. What part of the segment are you, or what part of the stream are you in right now? Trying to bring up my stuff and it won't bring up. It's frustrating the crap out of me, guys. Oh, did you already talk about Sohan not getting minutes? I don't get it, but great win. Yeah, I talked about it. Basically, my take, just paraphrasing it, is maybe because Mitch Johnson said that, hey, it's nothing against Sohan, and they're on the same page, and they've been communicating greatly and everything. So it might literally be one of those, Mitch don't know how to use them yet, and going to have to figure it out as the season goes. But you know, Sohan's been great about it and being a good sport, and hopefully he figures it out. But I just think it's just Mitch being a young coach. Maybe that's what it is. That's me being the most optimistic, because I think what makes me the most irritated and upset is when I think it's malicious. And I think that's where I get, when you see me get really heated, because the thing is, Sohan has always been a player that fans have been cut in half about, and a lot of times it doesn't have to do with his game. A lot of times, and if this isn't you, don't get defensive, but a lot of times people don't like Sohan because of kind of how he present himself, and some people don't even recognize that that's kind of the issue that they have sometimes. Like they'll make like weird comments, right? Like weird like sexual comments about like how people who like him just like him for this reason, and it's like these weird comments that they'll throw out there, and it's like, okay, you really dislike him for other reasons rather than just that. Or people will bring up his girlfriend and say, well, his girlfriend is holding him back, and it's like it's a whole nother thing going on with you. Maybe a little bit of jealousy, maybe a little bit of just not liking how he presents himself, right? Because in a way, you know, people still kind of stuck in, you know, how guys should look and how they should go about things. I mean, if Dennis Rodman was on this team right now, they would hate him too, probably. So people hate him for myriad of different reasons. And then some of it is stuff that he puts on, right? Like how he talked trash about LeBron, or what he said about Russell Westbrook when he was a rookie. You know, it's a lot of stuff why people might not like him that much. I think that he is a perfect menace for us that can really help things. But so when I see people react that way and talk that way about him and just dislike him for reasons I think outside of basketball, I'm going to be more defensive about it, because it's going to irritate me, right? Like it's going to irritate me. But I think I made a mistake in maybe projecting some of that onto Mitch Johnson, you know, because like it is a possibility that Mitch Johnson has no malicious intent. A lot of Spurs fans have all that malicious intent against him. So I think in a way I kind of misconstrued how I felt about things and put it all on Mitch. Like he's doing this maliciously, or he just doesn't like him, or he just likes his own certain players or whatever. But I might have just been doing that because of how fans treat players. And you know, you interact with these fans online all the time, every day. I mean, we're literally going live all the time and you see it. So maybe I made that assumption that's not cool to make that assumption. So I'm going to try to be cool, try to say like Mitch doesn't have ill intent. He does want everyone to succeed on the team. You know, I made the assumption that well, I don't think this is a crazy assumption, is that Sohan has lost some confidence. But saying stuff like, oh, he's just thrown him in the doghouse and he doesn't like him and he's punishing him for this, and that might not be the case. It might be an actual plan that they have and they're just trying to figure it out, So I'll be chill. I'll be patient. But if it's by the end of the season, or not even end of the season, we get by like All-Star break and it's the same thing, then yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more irritated, because I think he has a great skill set that you should be able to utilize it, and we'll be our best version of ourselves when everyone can put something into the game. That goes for Sohan at his right position. That goes for Vassell at his right position. And Sohan is just one of those guys, man, where, offensively, he's not going to carry you. And unfortunately, putting him at center, you're kind of asking him to do that in a way. In a lot of ways offensively, and he's just not that type. You get him out there with some of the better players, he amplifies their talents, he does the dirty work. And I really love what Austin Rivers said about how, he keeps the pretty players pretty, right? Like, he can do the dirty work, he can get some of the fouls, he can get the brunt of the fouls, because offensively, he's not as important to the team as Steph Castle is, as Wemby is, as Dylan Harper is. But he can do that dirty work. And that's what you want him to do. And he's a great defender. So there's really no excuse for Steph Castle to get 4 or 5 fouls in a game, or Dylan Harper to get 4 or 5 fouls in a game. They shouldn't, because you have that body out there. And it's not like the Spurs right now, how they're playing is just some like majestic form of basketball that he just doesn't fit in. No. We're not world beaters. Outside shooting. We're not world beater 3-point shooters. So I think Sean Sweeney has improved this coaching staff tremendously. Don't be surprised if Sean Sweeney isn't here next season. I felt like Sean Sweeney was like a one-off coach for us, because I feel like he'll get a better, bigger opportunity somewhere else come next season. I hope I'm wrong, though. After we win the chip? Yeah, that's true. After we win the chip, maybe he'll stay. We had a lot of good press throughout the league, from what I've heard. Oh, he's had a lot of good press around the league? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he's a hot commodity. So I missed his chance last season due to the injury, I'm afraid. I hope I'm wrong. It's okay. I think he got a shot. Because what I've heard, I'll just throw y'all some, people, you can believe me, not believe me. I don't even have to preface about this. I'm not going to just say something that I'm just lying about. But what I heard is the front office loves Sohan to the point where earlier in the season, when his minutes were really strange, they wanted Popovich to have a talk with Mitch about it. It wasn't like a Mitch, you have to do this type of deal, but it was definitely a what the heck is going on. Like, the front office was a little confused, and they had a pop talk with them. So I think they'll figure it out. I'm not going to trip about it no more. All right, guys, that's it for me. I need to hop off. I do appreciate all the love nonetheless, but yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll upload the segments in the coming days, And then Tuesday night we'll go live after we win the cup. So I will see you guys then. Everyone have a phenomenal night. I appreciate all the love, but I'll get with you next time, all right? Everyone say goodnight. Not just to me, to each other. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for the post game. For sure. It was fun. It was fun. All right. All right. Good night. Good night.